Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to demonstrate adding the black overlay filter to a video in Clipchamp. Okay, well here's my desktop. You can see this is just a simple colored wallpaper here. This is the brick red color here. But on a more serious note, I'm simply going to move the mouse pointer down and click the Google Chrome icon. Okay, and now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click this clipchamp.com icon that I have saved here. I could type it in the address bar, but I'm simply going to just simply click the clipchamp.com icon here that I have saved here. So I'll click that now. Now this is the Clipchamp homepage, clipchamp.com. And now I'm going to click the sign in icon up here in the upper right. I'll click that now. And now I'm going to click this continue with Microsoft here. Yes, Clipchamp is owned and operated by Microsoft, so I'm going to click that now to log in with my Hotmail. Now, I'm going to blur my Hotmail. No offense, everybody. Just for the sake of my privacy, I'm simply going to blur that. Don't want any silly spam email. I'm going to click that now. Okay, when I click that, you can see it brought us to the home area here in clipchamp.com. But I want to enter the video editing area, so I'm going to click this create a new video, start from scratch icon here in the upper left. I'm going to click that now. Okay, perfect. Now we're in the editing area. So first things first, what I'm going to do first is simply type in a title for this project. You see this title input box here up in the upper right, the upper left, pardon me. You can see it's to the right of the word Clipchamp. I'm going to type in there now. I'm just going to type in a title for this project. Okay, black overlay filter, perfect. Now before I import the media, I'm simply going to show you all this one little tip here. You see this size icon over the preview pane? You can see the alt text there, change aspect ratio. I'm simply going to click that size icon now, and we can see I want to check wide. You can see it's the default selection. Wide is best for most camcorders these days. But you can see we have other options. We have vertical, which is 9 by 16. 16 by 9 is what we want, but 9 by 16 is are the vertical videos, pardon me. It's good for Instagram Reels and TikTok and stuff like that. And we have the old classic 4x3, which is for the old CRT television sets that were 4x3 aspect ratio. But since my camcorder was a full HD camcorder at a resolution of 1920 by 1080, that is 16 by 9, so that's what I want checked. So I'm going to click that now. Perfect. You'll have to check the specs on your cameras to see for yourselves. Also 1280 by 720 is also 16 by 9. That's basic HD. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen and click import media to get my video file. So I'm going to click that now. Oh, awesome. My folder is already open. You can see it's already selected. Now you'll have to navigate through your folders and files for yourselves, obviously, on your computer. But now I'm simply going to click my files here. American Crow, XYZ. I'm going to click that one first. Hold down the control key now. I'm going to hold down the control key and click Lunchroom 1. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the open icon on the bottom right of the preview pane. Or pardon me, on the bottom right of this prompt box here, pardon me. So I'm going to click that now. Okay, awesome. Now both my video files have been imported. Now remember, it's extremely important that you remember this. These files have only been imported. They have not been uploaded, okay? You can, especially with the free version of Clipchamp, which is what I'm using here. These files are still referring to the two files on my computer. They're just reference files. They're not uploaded. So be very mindful of that. And as I always say, always make sure you back up your files, okay? Really try to back up your files. Now I'm going to add these two clips to my timeline. So I'm going to first add the lunchroom. I'm going to click the plus sign on the bottom right of the lunchroom there. Perfect. Now that's been added to the timeline. Now I want to add the second one. I could just simply drag it down, but I'm simply going to click the plus sign here. You can see we're already positioned where we want to be. The position indicator here moves to the end when I added the first lunchroom clip. So I'm going to click the plus sign on the bottom right of the American Crow clip, American Crow XYZ there. I'm going to click the plus sign now. Perfect. Now remember, you can click your clips on the timeline and drag them around the timeline to position them properly. If you didn't add them where you wanted them to be, you can always click and drag, but that's fine for me right now. Now we can't see these very neatly, so I'm simply going to click this zoom out timeline icon down here on the bottom right of the screen. These are dandy little icons here. You have zoom out timeline, zoom in timeline, fit timeline, and collapse timeline. Okay, the one I want to use is the zoom out timeline. We'll be able to see these in a more neat fashion. Okay, so I'll click the minus sign on the magnifying glass. Perfect. All right, now that's pretty good there. Now how about we watch these two clips before I add the filter? So I'm simply going to click the Seek to Start icon there under the preview pane. So it'll move the position indicator back to the beginning. So I'm going to click that now. Perfect. Now when you click the Seek to Start icon, Clipchamp is currently programmed so that when you click it, it'll move back to the beginning regardless of how many clips are on the timeline. Okay, now I'm going to click the play icon under the preview pane so we can watch these two clips before I add the filter, so we'll be able to see the difference. So I'm going to click the play icon now. Okay, pretty nifty. Alright, now I'm going to click that Seek to Start icon again. Okay, just so when we add the filter here, we'll be able to see it in a neater fashion. I'm going to click the first clip on the timeline. I'll click the lunchroom clip. To select it, we have to select it to add the filter. And we select it by clicking it, okay? So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer over to the right of the screen and click the filters icon. Okay. Alright, now you can see none is the default selection. That obviously means that a filter hasn't been added to this clip. Also, I want to let you all know that sometimes when you mouse over a filter, the filter may appear on your selected clip, but no worries, it will not be added until you click it. And also, typically, it's only one filter per one selected clip, okay? Now, I want to find that black overlay filter. I could click the scroll bar and drag it down, but I'm simply going to type in the search filters input box there. So I'm going to type in black. There we go. Don't have to type very long. And just to finalize it, black overlay. I'll type in the full thing, and there it is, black overlay. I'm going to click that now to add it to the selected filter there. Okay, when I clicked it, you can see this little option appeared underneath it. The option is intensity. And I could click that ball switch there, drag it to the left to lower the intensity, or I could click it and drag it to the right to increase the intensity. What I'm going to do is click it and drag it just a little to the right because we want to still be able to see it. I'm going to drag it just a little to the right to see the overlay filter there, the black overlay filter, pardon me. So now I'm going to click that collapse property panel here in the top right here. See this here? Collapse property panel. I'm going to click it now. Now I'm going to move the position indicator to the next clip so we'll be able to see it when I add the filter. And now I'm going to click this second clip. Okay. I'm going to click it now to select it. It has to be selected before we can add the filter. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the right of the screen and click the filters icon. And I'm going to click the scroll bar and drag it down to that black overlay filter. And indeed, here it is. I'm going to click it now. And we can see the same thing happen when I clicked it. You can see the intensity option appeared underneath. And I'm going to click that little ball switch and drag it to the right to increase the intensity somewhat. Really nifty, okay. And now I'm going to collapse that property panel again. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click the collapse property panel in the top right. I'll click it now. Alright, pretty nifty. Now, before we watch these two with the filter added, I'm going to simply merge both clips into a longer video file so we can watch it with the filter added in Media Player. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click this export icon, which will be how we merge the two files together into one longer file. We'll click export, and we can see our options here. Video quality. Your video will export as an MP4 file, okay? And we have the option of 480p, which is for drafts mainly, 720p, smaller file size, faster export, 1080p, high quality, and we have 4K, which is ultra high definition. Your video has no 4K media. That means that these are not 4K videos. They're only full HD 1920 by 1080. And besides which, we wouldn't have access to 4K anyway, because this is the free version of Clipchamp, okay? You can access 4K editing capability by purchasing a subscription to Clipchamp Premium, which currently costs about $130 Canadian per year, okay? We could export the audio only or export as a GIF. Now, if the video is 15 seconds or less, you can export as a GIF. A GIF is not a video file, it's just simply an animated image file, okay, which you may use on a web page or perhaps your socials, okay? So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click this 1080p to begin my export. So I'm going to click it now. Okay, now the black overlay filter is finally exporting, and we'll watch it with the filter added in just a few moments when it's finished exporting. Okay, now you can see up here in the upper right of the screen, black overlay filter made with Clipchamp. Okay, that's been saved to my downloads folder on my PC, my Windows PC. It's probably the same with a Macintosh or an Apple system. But what I want to show you how to do is save to your computer. But be mindful of that up here in the top right. There may be another copy on your C drive in your downloads folder or something like that. But more importantly, I think it's better to save to your computer. So I'm going to click the save to your computer icon. And I'm going to navigate to my folder. I'm going to go to desktop. Click the desktop there on the right. On the left, pardon me. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click sample clips here. Double click sample clips. I'm going to double click Clipchamp. I'm going to double click black overlay. And that's the originating folder of the two files. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click save. On the bottom right of the prompt box, I'm going to click it now. Okay, now maybe we should just watch this new video. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer down to the bottom far right of the screen and click that pesky show desktop icon. Now I'm going to go to sample clips, which is somewhere here. There it is on my desktop. I'm going to double click Clipchamp and I'm going to double click black overlay. Now I'm going to double click black overlay filter made with Clipchamp. I'm going to double click that now so we can watch it in Windows Media Player. Okay, pretty neat. Alright, nifty. Alright, now obviously you don't have to watch it in the media player. You can choose in Windows Media Player, you can choose whatever player you like for yourself. But I mostly use Windows Media Player. I'm going to close out of Media Player now by clicking the X in the top right corner. Now I'm going to close that folder. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and maximize the window so we can all just go back to Clipchamp. Okay, perfect. That was adding the black overlay filter to a video on Clipchamp. Remember now, this is the free online desktop version. As I always say, the programmers may move a feature, alter a feature, or remove a feature entirely. Try to be patient and calm when using it. Other than that, I really do think it's an awesome program. As always, thanks for watching, and thank you all very much for your time.